Hi, welcome to the Alexis Show, a new web series about cooking with tea only on the Daily Tea. Today we're in the Italian market at the Bruno Brothers location in Philadelphia, pairing tea and cheese. Join us. Thanks for having us, Rocco.
Thanks for coming.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the Bruno Brothers and why you love cheese so much?
Sure. So the Bruno Brothers was started by Danny and Joe, two Italian immigrants, 75 years ago this year. So
wow.
We're celebrating a big anniversary. And we started off as more of a corner store, not really into gourmet cheese and meats and what we're doing now. And it really, over time and with the prevalence of supermarkets, Danny and Joe decided that they needed to kind of fill their niche, I guess.
Okay.
So it was a trip to Switzerland when they saw a huge wheel of Emmentaler, 200 pounds, that kind of inspired them. And the next generation, their grandsons and grandnephews, have kind of taken it to the next level, Emilio, Billy, and Bill.
That's amazing.
So we really love doing stuff like this, pairing things with cheese. It's one of our favorite things to do. We usually do beer and wine and coffee on Sunday mornings, but tea is a good one too. We're excited.
Yeah, it's a new twist. So if you've never paired tea and cheese before, I totally recommend that you should. If you've done wine and cheese, this is a totally new twist. Make it a modern happy hour. Try it at the end of dessert. If you add milk to your tea, think of it as the same thing. You're adding that creamy flavor, and it's just a wonderful experience that you have to try. So let's get started with the first tea and cheese pairing. We're starting with a Genmai Chao green tea. It's a Japanese green tea that's been blended with toasted brown rice. So it's a little bit grassy, toasty, nutty, the perfect tea to pair with cheese. And what cheese are we pairing it with today?
We're pairing it with a sheep's milk Gouda called Euphoria.
Okay.
One of the many pun cheeses from Holland. So sheep's milk Gouda and Euphoria in particular, people always get a roasted marshmallow kind of note from it. It's a very sweet cheese, and most Goudas are. They wash the curds, which gets rid of a lot of the acidity in the cheese, and you get a sweeter, more caramely and toasty cheese.
Great, so we're pairing toasty tea with toasty cheese. I think it's a match made in heaven. So let's get started by sipping the tea with our dainty cups. Cheers. Getting those toasty notes?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Perfect. So I guess let's start with the cheese as well.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Well, I already put that in my
you already
mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
Oh my god. I love how it adds a sweetness to the tea. And if you're not a fan of the grassy flavor, it kind of makes it a little bit more mild, and it brings out the sweetness in the tea, and it also brings out the nuttiness. What do you taste with pairing?
Well, it's really amplifying the roasted note. It is a little less grassy.
Right.
But I really like the pairing. I think it goes well together.
Yeah.
It's just kind of comfortable.
Yeah. I think it's delicious. You should totally try it. So let's go get ready for the next tea and cheese pairing. So the next tea that we're pairing is a Wui Oolong from China that's highly oxidized. It has stone fruit notes, pine, cinnamon, so it's a perfect tea to have with cheese. So what cheese are we pairing it with?
So we're gonna do it with a Basque goat's milk cheese called Tome Douce. It really pairs well with stone fruits. We always put it with apricots or peaches, and it's a really complex cheese. The goats really pasture on a lot of different things when they're eating. So let's give it a try.
Let's get tasting. Cheers.
Cheers.
I get the sweet stone fruit notes right away, but there's still a really good mouthfeel and robustness that I hope is going to stand up to the cheese.
I think so.
All right, let's go. So we should smell the cheese first. That helps, right? Okay. Wow. I really get those stone fruit. It's like I just bit into an apricot.
Yeah, that's a
crazy.
really good intense pairing.
So
those marry well together.
These are, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be my new after dinner favorite pairing.
Oh, it's a good one.
And so would you recommend pairing this maybe with like a stone fruit chutney or fresh stone fruit as well?
Yeah, you could do like dried apricots or like a peach chutney or anything like that.
Okay. Secretly, I want him to keep talking so that I can keep eating more cheese, but we have to move on to the next one, so we'll be back soon. Okay, so the next tea that we're tasting is a pu'er tea from China. This particular one has elements of mushroom, there's musty, it's tobacco, it's leathery, so it's a real savory tea, and I promise you, it's the perfect tea to pair with cheese. So what cheese are we pairing it with?
So we're doing Reading Raclette, which is a classic style of melting cheese, either usually from the Alps, France or Switzerland. This version is from Vermont, from a really cool farm that donates all of their proceeds to Farms for City Kids.
Cool.
So
Very
it's
cool.
a charity cheese, but it's really delicious too. But the reason we did this pairing is we got lots of funky notes from the tea, and people have been talking, even when we've been smelling the tea and the cheese, people have been talking about things like French onion soup, and this is a classic cheese that you would put on top of a French onion soup. So natural pairing.
Let's get tasting.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's smoky. You really get that mushroom flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I don't know, it reminds me of a library, an old I don't know what it is, but let's taste the cheese.
All right.
Mmm. Ooh. There are those onion and garlic notes you were talking about right in that cheese.
Yeah.
It really is just like French onion soup.
It's like a big kind of umami flavor together, and
So, is it okay if I dip?
yeah,
All right,
dip
I've
it.
done it before, but I don't know if it's okay to do.
You could steal a coffee technique here
Okay.
and do the mush in the cup, hot
so you just
tea.
drop it right in?
Yeah, and eat it at the end, a big melted piece
I'm gonna
of.
do that. That sounds delicious.
All right.
I'm dropping it. I'm going for
I'll
it.
do it
I'm
too.
going for your
I
recommendation.
don't know if the tea is still hot enough, but
I'll pick it out. It's getting that melty mushroomy. Ooh, oh my god. This is awesome.
I think that works.
I really like that. I think if you like that mushroom and onion and kind of smoky flavor, this is your pairing.
Definitely
Perfect.
a savory pairing.
Yes, I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in for our tea and cheese pairing. Be sure to come down to De Bruno's and pick up all the cheeses that we tasted today and try your pairing at home. I want to thank Rocco for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So check back soon for more episodes of The Alexis Show, only on The Daily Tea.